It was a Tuesday afternoon, and I wasn't supposed to be home until much later. One of my jobs had been canceled unexpectedly, so I thought I'd do something nice, head home early, and surprise my girlfriend. We lived in a modest third-floor apartment. Nothing special. I remember exactly how I felt climbing those stairs. Tired, sure, but satisfied with how the day had gone. We'd been together for nearly 3 years. I worked as a plumber, not rolling in cash, but I always made sure she had what she needed. When I opened the front door quietly, I half expected to hear one of her true crime shows playing or music drifting from the living room. Instead, I caught the sound of laughter, hers and a man's. I stepped inside and found her at the kitchen table with our neighbor from next door. They were sipping wine, laughing like they were the only two people on earth. She glanced up and smiled, casual as ever. He gave me a lazy wave, like his presence there was perfectly normal. "What's going on?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. They exchanged a quick look before she said, "He was waiting for you. Something's wrong with the faucet in his apartment." I didn't know what to make of it. My stomach had already dropped, but the explanation, oddly enough, sounded plausible. I turned to the guy. He gave a half-hearted nod. So I went with him. The faucet was actually broken. I fixed it in about 20 minutes, then returned to the apartment, doing my best to brush off the unease creeping in. I approached her carefully, not wanting to start anything. "I'm not accusing you," I said. "But maybe don't let guys into the apartment when I'm not around. It just doesn't look good." I thought she'd understand, maybe say something like, "Yeah, you're right," or at least nod. But instead, she rolled her eyes. "Oh, please," she said with a laugh. "You really think that's the first time? Men have been coming and going while you were out." I froze. "What are you saying?" She got up, started walking around like she was putting on a show. "Exactly what it sounds like. You think you're something special? Think I need your permission to have people over?" She shrugged. "If you don't like it, you can leave." I stood there, still not angry, just confused. Then she looked me dead in the eye and said it, cold cutting. "You won't leave. You don't have the guts." Something in me shifted. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't slam anything or beg her to explain. I just walked to the bedroom, pulled out a duffel bag, and started packing. She kept following me, still talking, still trying to get a reaction. But I didn't say a word. 10 minutes later, I walked out. I didn't slam the door. I didn't even glance back. I spent a few days crashing at a friend's place, then found a short-term rental on the outskirts of town. I waited, half expecting a text or a call, anything. But nothing ever came. It was like I had never mattered to her at all. That's when everything started to make sense. The things I had ignored suddenly became clear. The late-night messages she kept hidden, the sudden shifts in mood, the times she said she needed space. All of it. What I thought was love was just me holding on to an illusion. Her silence told me more than her words ever did. And strangely, I felt thankful. Thankful that she revealed her true self before I wasted more of my life. Before I put a ring on her finger, before there were kids in the picture. We never got married. Thank God. So when I left, it was clean. No legal mess, no emotional strings. Just pure, quiet freedom. People talk about how tough it is to start over. They're not wrong. But staying somewhere you're not valued is far worse. So no, I wasn't too weak to walk away. I was strong enough to vanish completely. I didn't reach out. Didn't look her up. Didn't scroll through her social media. I cut her out of my life completely, like wiping off chalk from a blackboard. I expected to feel broken or lost. But instead, I felt lighter. Like a weight I didn't know I was carrying had been lifted. For the first time in years, I could breathe without questioning if I was being lied to. The weeks went by. Then months. Still nothing from her. No apology. No fake remorse. Not even a whisper of regret. That's when I realized I hadn't lost a thing. She had. She lost someone who would have stuck by her through anything. A man who worked hard and came home with love still in his heart. She mistook loyalty for weakness. Saw kindness as foolishness. And now she'll never find that again. I rebuilt from the ground up. New place, new surroundings, a fresh start, and eventually someone new to love. But this time, I see the warning signs. I don't make excuses. I don't play along with games. Some people scream on the way out. Others make a show of burning everything down.
Me?
I simply vanished. And somehow, that silence said more than anything ever could.